Do, 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 do. Mad Monday in the box, y'all. Mad Monday in the box, y'all. Yes, it's Mad Monday with the OG about this defense. Once again, y'all. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Top of the morning. Good morning to everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Dirty Birds, Falcon fans, football fans of all ages, denominations, ethnicities, and fan bases. Yes, yes, we're back at you once again to start the week, and we'll be on this defense as constituted. And we got a few things to get to about this defense and how they're going, where they're going, and how they're going through it. You know, our first step, what I'm saying, with this unit without Grady. Um, you know, Bottom line, gonna be fine. Defense gonna be fine. Um, we're gonna also touch on Richie Grant, um, and we're gonna touch on our personnel move of bringing in Street. Um, but to start with, we're gonna just look at it and on its face value. The defense is gonna be fine. We're good. We're good. We're good. And some few things to tighten up and work on. You know what I'm saying? But the defense is gonna be good. There's no need to panic. There's no need to wallow in and have a pity party because we don't have Grady. We're good. We're good up front. You know what I'm saying? We're good up front. Um, I'm. It is a beautiful thing. It's a wonderful thing to see the light at the end of the tunnel. You know. And with that being said, I'm gonna say good morning to everybody in here looking in. Big Ed, what it do? Hey Sonya, Nathan, what's happening? Bubba Gump, what's happening? What it do? What it do? You know, it's it's not a it's not a thing that people like most people are making it out to be. Um, You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said before, you can never replace a Grady Jarrett, but in the sum of its parts, with this depth, you can, assimilate and get in the many moving parts to cover up his productivity. You know what I'm saying? With several parts. Taquan showed up yesterday, and like aforementioned Street. You know what I'm saying? Did his thing, and we're gonna. I'm gonna segue into that. That kid, Street. He was worth the trade. He was worth the trade. He jumped up the screen, what I'm saying, several times yesterday. He caused problems in the run game. He caused problems in you know what I'm saying, in QB pressure. Um, we gotta we gotta do a better job against these mobile quarterbacks. Um, and a lot of people are kind of sort of, losing their mind about Josh Dobbs, but I mean, it's not like this when the man did the same thing over there in Arizona. He did the same thing. Josh Dobbs is taking advantage of um, his opportunities. But we got to do a better job. You know what I'm saying? To keeping containment, if you will. You know what I'm saying? That's in that aspect. But from that kid Street's perspective, he did his thing yesterday. You know what I'm saying? He showed up, showed out. You know, I have to applaud him. You know what I'm saying on that. That's what you want when you make a move for someone to bring them in and you know, and they show up and do their job. You know what I'm saying? They show up and do their job. Hey, Mr. Knight, what's happening? Hey, Cole, with the league, what's happening? Ghosts, what's happening, man? What's happening? What's happening? What's happening? You know what I'm saying? Much love, you know what I'm saying, to the mainstays, you know, and coming in and showing love. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate y'all guys tuning in. Um, you know, and hey, let's, get them likes up. You know what I'm saying? Get them likes up and you know what I'm saying? Tell a friend, tell another football fan, you know what I'm saying? Share it out. You know what I'm saying? Like, follow, friend, share, subscribe. The OGN TV, you know what I'm saying? Getting it off, you know what I'm saying? Getting, trying to put it on the map, get it on up, and you know what I'm saying, and get it happening, you know. Um, but talking about this defense, man, it's the guys are holding their you know what I'm saying, holding their lunch, bringing their, you know what I'm saying, bringing their lunch pail, bringing their hard hats, you know what I'm saying, and doing the damn thing. You know, um, with that being said, to someone of that defense that is not doing the damn thing, um, this guy, Richie Grant. Now I'm gonna ask the question: is it time to sit Richie Grant? Me personally, hell yes. Because if I'm Okuda in film session, I'm mad. I'm probably punching him in his mouth right now. When you're out here biting on underneath stuff that's not there when you should be covering the back end zone, you know what I'm saying? Especially in zone play. It's the third straight week Richard Grant has left Okuda out to dry. Okay, and me personally, I'm over it. Okay, yeah, he had to pick last, what was it, last week, a week before, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But these missing assignments in zone coverage, these missing assignments when you're supposed to be shelling over the top, man, it's crazy. Come on now. You know what I'm saying? Enough's enough. You know, I'm just gonna say at this point, man. Richard Grant is the weakest link, man. It's the weakest link. You know what I'm saying? When you got a quarter and a half and deep, you know what I'm saying, to cover, why are you biting on play action on plain and simple passing situations? Why? And leaving your underneath guy out to dry. 3 weeks in a row, man. 3 weeks in a row, man. 3 weeks in a row with that, dude. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm Jared Gray, you know what I'm saying, in film study, you know what I'm saying, in the week. If I'm the guys on that back end of you if on tomorrow, wringing his ass out to dry. Because it makes no sense, man. It makes no sense. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and I've been there. I've been, I said a month ago, and everybody was like, you gotta do such, give this a chance, or whatever the case it may have been, or how OG, you being too hard. No, bruh, no, this has not changed since week 2. This shit has not changed. It has not changed, and I mean, you know what I'm saying. It makes no sense. It makes no sense. When you go to the plaza. I mean, let's see. Miss Sonia says Grant give up too many. Yes, 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 he does. He gives up too many. He gives up too many big plays, and that clearly, Okuda, you know what I'm saying, was in his zone underneath, flat coverage. There was the back coming out of the field, tight end crossing the middle. Yes, that's where he was supposed to be. The initial receiver, he passed him on off and passed him over to where Richard was supposed to be, and you all down here near the linebackers. Why? Why? Come on, you know what I'm saying? You end up giving the offense momentum. We had them off the field. It was 3rd and 12, dude. No, 3rd and 14. And you give up a 30-yard play. You know, it's time to see Helens. It's time to start. It's time to start Helens back there. It on that. That just flat out it on that. It's time to start Helens. You know, um, it, because and I thought I saw Helens on what on special teams. What's his ain't his number 33, or is that Abernathy? I mean, but in either case, okay, if Abernathy, he signed to the 53-man roster, then put him out there until Helens get right. You know, I'm just saying, man. It's enough, man. Enough. It is enough is enough. You know what I'm saying? Back there with Richie with this foolishness, man. You giving up these big plays. You know what I'm saying? And making the rest of these guys' hard work. You know what I'm saying? Look irrelevant. You know. Bubba says the last 3 weeks, so many blown coverages from. Yep. Yes. Sound better when you say it. You know. Let me see what it go. Let me see. Ghost told me. Ghost, what you saying? I've been wanting Helens to get the nod over Grant and Hawkins. Hopefully, Hitman makes a speedy recovery because I'm ready to see what the kid brings. I'm all the way there with you. I'm all the way there with you. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, for whatever reason, from a schematic, for whatever reason, Rich ain't getting it, man. He ain't getting it. You know what I'm saying? He's up sticking his nose in a situation where he shouldn't be. You know what I'm saying? Especially on obvious passing situations. He's 3rd and 14, and you biting on a fake, just obvious, play action, which you shouldn't have been on. You know what I'm saying? And leaving your boy hanging out there to cleanly dry, just hanging him out there, the wind blowing, dangling all by himself. Making it look like Acuna just missed the coverage when Acuna was covering what he was supposed to cover because he had the running back coming out to the flat, he had the tight end coming underneath, you know what I'm saying, across his face. So he had to cover that. You were supposed to be back there on picking up that receiver, and he's out there 30 yard downfield by his damn self. Video documented evidence, man. It's crazy. That just makes no sense. Ghost said, "Yeah, I know Hawkins isn't there, but I'm talking about in the off season. I was rooting for. Yeah, um, honestly, I thought it was a steal at that spot that we drafted him in. You know what I'm saying? We got him. Cause the kid put in work at Alabama. Um, I guess once he recovered from whatever the saying injury issue is, I think we should see him for the foreseeable future of this season. That's That's my particular thought on that. I mean, we got this depth, and for the most part, the depth has shown up good for us. You know, um, and I think you know, what I'm saying. I say again that this defensive staff is looking like the free agency move of the year. These guys, for all intents and purposes, what I'm saying, that third down gang, with Zoe and Bud and let me see, and AK. What I'm saying, when they get in there on third down and make the stops. What I'm saying, creating havoc, causing turnovers. What I'm saying, and things of that nature. I mean, shit. I'm loving it myself, but we got to do something about this weak link, man. And Richie Grant, you're down here, you're biting on the play, and I know I keep harping on it because I mean, he's the cause of giving up these big plays when you're not where you're supposed to be on these zone setups and passing situations. And if I'm Okuda in film study, I'm punching him in the mouth. Be where you're supposed to be. Be where you're supposed to be. Now, I see, what I'm saying, Senator Papatine does snuck in the back door. You know what I'm saying? Some of you want to add to the conversation, sir?
Yeah, I want to thank God. Thank you, Jesus. That's all.
Yes. Okay, okay.
I mean, shit. After this weekend, we gonna need Jesus.
Yeah. And Nathan
I
said,
look.
Helens
I'm
has
I'm I'm gonna do this from this point on. I'm never, every time I bring up safety
right.
and them needing to be in the right place, or I praise. I need anytime I just mention safety. Richie
Mm-hmm.
Grant does some bullshit that we like that doesn't need. I picked him up player of the week, and then fucked around and still he was a part of my key that he need to be in his right spots.
Right.
Um, he always seems to be because if that it's third down. If I'm not mistaken, what that play third down when he was supposed to be in cover two.
Yeah.
He was supposed to be in cover two, and he didn't get over. Like Okuda passed him off, thinking that the safeties in that particular moment, he was supposed to be in this spot, and he wasn't in his spot. He was late
Yeah.
getting over.
Because he was down there biting on something. He down there by the linebackers when he's supposed to be over the top.
It's the cover two, dog. Okay, you're supposed to be at that spot.
Because the running back was coming out in the flat. You had the tight end coming underneath, right across on Kuda. And Kuda did right to be down now to cover that. You saw the receiver going up. Why are you down there by the linebackers? Why? Try to tell me that, man. You're being too hard on Rich. No, I'm not. This has been the same crap out of him for the last 3 to 4 weeks. The same
He's
BS.
late. Yeah, it's late. He's been late on everything. He biting
So,
on things, and he's late.
so Helens has a hamstring injury. Okay. Well, it would then, okay, get Abernathy in that end. Shit. I mean, because this is crazy, man. We've given up big first downs and touchdowns because you down here, you trying to be Troy Polamalu and you seeing ghosts.
I don't even know why he. It's a cover two. Your job is to be on the sideline, to cover the sideline, and the guy got behind you.
Now
That shouldn't
this,
happen on a cover two, especially
now,
when the corner is deliberately passing. He's looking at you to pass him off, and you not
mm-hmm,
over the top.
mm-hmm,
So it looks like it's a Cuda problem fault, but Okuda's job is to cover the flat.
right. Now
Anything that comes short, that's Okuda's job.
it's a good question. What you
It's a
think?
soft two. It's a
Mm-hmm.
soft cover two. He wasn't
They,
supposed to bump. He used to just cover anything because I think it's like second and 10 or 12, so it's long. So they was conceding anything that was short for the most part. And he didn't get over, so it ended up being a bigger play.
yeah.
But like that, these are the things that happen during the course of a game that I'm saying. Like at some point, the Falcons got to look at, because they're rotating Jesse, and the problem is now wherever Richie Grant is, that's where they're attacking. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know if you guys have noticed that, but they're everywhere he is, that's where they're attacking. They're no longer going at Jesse Bates like that anymore.
Right. And Nathan got a good question. You know what I'm saying? With the depth we have at corner, what do we think Okuda would look like at safety with his size and
No,
physical
absolutely
play?
not. Don't try to look. This ain't Madden, people. No, fuck no, hell no. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. No, absolutely not. Okuda is playing out of his mind at corner. I'm not trying to turn him into a fullback or a quarterback or run. Nope. No, absolutely not.
Mm.
No, he's all. No, Okuda is doing a wonderful job at corner. Let him be a
Yes.
corner. No disrespect, but he needs to be where he is at. We got another guy in Abernathy and Hillams. Let them do that. Sometimes we
Okay.
gotta let guys be who they are. Not trying to not try to do too much, because I think we can get carried away when guy gets, you know, start playing well. We're gonna say, hey man, Richard Grant ain't doing his job.
Nathan said,
Richard
I ain't
Grant ain't
playing
doing his
man.
job. I think Okuda could do better than him. And like I said, I do think Okuda has the ability to be, you know, a
Mm-hmm.
well-rounded player. But no, just let him do what he do. Let the look. We always say this is saying let the thugs be the thugs
Right.
and let the bosses be the bosses. Thugs do thug stuff. Bosses do boss stuff. We not supposed to. Bosses are not supposed to get dirty. Those are for the soldiers. The soldiers are supposed to get dirty.
Okay, I'm not mentally equipped this morning for this one. I'm gonna give this one to you, Senator, because I'm not even I'm not
You say this right
I'm,
here? Is it this?
yeah, uh-huh.
I think Arthur Smith is a great guy, just extremely entitled, and it's time to move on and get an experienced head coach. You see what Doug Peterson is. So this is actually something that we was talking about earlier this morning, and
Mm-hmm.
I want you guys, and this is me being as serious as I possibly can, and I'm being serious and sincere. First of all, I want to ask y'all this question in the chat. How old is Bill Belichick? How old is Doug Peterson? And how old is Pete Carroll? All those guys who got their started. How long, as a matter of fact, scratch that. How long have those guys been in the league? All the great coaches, how long have these guys been in the league? That's the first question, and I'll explain it.
Well, Belichick came off of Bill Parcells' tree. We're talking. He's been what 82. My first remembrance of seeing Bill Belichick in New York, 81, 82, something
Yeah.
like that.
Yep.
Um, you know, he's been around a very long time. Doug Peterson,
Mm-hmm.
same thing. Um, Andy Reid, McCarthy, yeah, them guys been around 25 plus.
Andy Reid
You
was
know,
like, I was like 4, 5 years old. like 2 years old when Andy Reid got his start. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's what we talking about, people. So I say that like hell, Jim Harbaugh shit. I was barely even watching TV when Jim Harbaugh was playing. You know what I'm saying? Like these guys have been in the league for years, bro. This is what you have to understand. It's imperative to understand because when you understand this stuff, you won't be so emotionally tied to a lot of what's going on. Like Pete Carroll got a lot of these guys. You see, Strap says 30. LT says 84. Ray Fryne. A lot of these guys. I look. I'm gonna explain. Stop. Look, get your look. Your booty hole a little bit too wet right now. All right, well, wipe it off. Okay. All right,
Right.
wipe it off. All right, wipe it off. Calm down. I'm explaining this to you. All right. That's why you got to get out your feelings. We here to help. Okay. We're not here to tell you that you're wrong and try to put you down. We're trying to educate. But a lot of y'all got to get out of your feelings when we talk about educating. Educating is not always something somebody picking on you and trying to make you feel like less than. Education is good for you. Okay. Education is
Well,
good for
let me ask you a question before you educate. Okay. With that being said, Strap, let me ask you this: can you name any franchise that has been successful with a revolving door at head coach every 2-3 years?
No, no, you don't. You haven't, Strap. You haven't had that. See, that's what a dumb person to say. All right. See, that statement in itself is stupid. All right. But this is what I'm saying. So again, get out your feelings and listen to what we're saying. The reason why I'm saying this is because we want success, but we don't understand people like Eric B. Enemy has been in the league ever since he was 20 something years old as a player. Let me say that again. He's been in the league ever since he was 20 something. The NFL. He has been a part of the NFL ever since he was a player. This is 24, 25 years old when Eric B. Enemy. Eric B. Enemy is what, 56 now,
Mm-hmm.
heading to his 60s. This guy had over 25 plus years of experience. Okay. Arthur
Right.
Smith got his, Arthur Smith is a year and a half younger than I am. He's a year and a half younger than I. He has 10, I think like 12 years of experience of just football. He has
Right.
even less. I think he has like 7 years of NFL experience and about
Mm-hmm.
10 years experience through college, like 3 years of college, and then you have about 7+ years of NFL head coach, just coaching experience. So when you look at a lot of these coaches that we're seeing, younger coach in particular, even with the Rams, I always forget his name, the Ram head coach, but he's been in
McVay.
the league.
Sean
McVay,
McVay.
McVay, like him and Arthur, these guys around the same. We around the same age, bro. Myself, Sean McVay, Arthur Smith, we're around the same age. These guys are babies. Bill Belichick got his first head coaching job at the age of 40. His first head coaching job around the age of 40. Arthur got his first job at 40. All right. We talking about his first head coach. But anybody know that Bill Belichick had about 15, 20 years of experience before he got his head coaching job? Bill Belichick had 15 years of experience before he got his first head coaching job. Pete
Under
Carroll
Bill
had 18
Parcells.
years. Pete Carroll had 18 years of experience before he even got his first head coaching job. So it was damn near 20 years of experience before he even got into the NFL. See, this is the things that is wrong. That when we look at, and this is not the coach's problem. There's a bigger problem with this. It's because it's the when coaches get hired, us as fans assume that they are the smartest of the smartest. And this is where the owners need to take responsibility for it, because they put these young guys in positions because they don't want to be told what to do by the elder guys like a Bill Belichick. They want to hold all the power from a Bill Belichick and, Dan Reeves and all, because they don't want Dan Reeves and all these guys, the Pete Carrolls, to have total control over a team. And this is why you hire a young coach who isn't ready for that position, because you want to hold power over him. You want to pretty much turn him into a slave. They want to turn Arthur Smith into a slave. A lot of these owners want to turn these coaches into slaves to tell them what to do to get over their they want them to build their team, but they don't want to be told what to do by Bill Belichick. This is the problem. Arthur Smith is still learning. He's not a genius. He was never a genius. Sean McVay was never a genius. That's why you're seeing a lot of these young head coaches getting fired so quickly. The Cliff Kingsbury, these guys are not geniuses. But when we got these, these owners, Arthur Blanks, the all
Jerry
these guys,
Jones.
Jerry Jones, they
Joe.
hiring all these young coaches because they want them to be slaves and they're not ready for the position. But us as fans, we don't know this because we've been told that Arthur is a genius and Sean McVay is a genius and the guy in Cincinnati, he's a genius. All these guys are supposed to be genius, but they only hire these guys so these guys can be their slave. That's what it comes down to. So Arthur is still learning. So I understand what you mean when it comes down to, he seems like he's a bit egotistical, but that's your insecurity. That's more so how you see things. That's what I want. I want my head coach to be egotistical. I want him to be a jerk. I want him to do shit the way he want to do it. Because the last thing I need to listen to a motherfucker who ain't never played the game before, who ain't never even studied the game for 20, 30 years. A guy I don't want to listen to no fan. Because the fans told us to bring in a damn injured Todd Gurley. The fans told us to bring back a jailbird and Michael Vick. The fans told us to get rid of Matt Ryan. The fans told us to forget what Julio Jones did to us, rob us for $60 million and left. Y'all did this. So the last thing I want to do is listen to a fan. So I have no problem with Arthur Smith being perceived as a jackass. I love that. I want my coach to be a jackass. This is the same thing with Tony Dungy. Tony Dungy said, do it your way. Fuck with everybody else. The media, the fans, do it your way. So if a Christian guy like Tony Dungy is saying, to hell with the fans, to hell with the media, to hell with your bosses, do it your way. If he's saying this, I have no problem with this. The problem that I do have with Arthur Smith is sometimes your ego can get in your way when there's lack of adjustments. So when I don't see adjustments being made and they're irrational adjustments, when he does it, that's when I have a problem. So I have no problem with him being an egotistical jackass. Because at the end of the day, you got to be an egotistical jackass to become a rich person. In order to be successful, you got to be anal and you got to have to be an asshole.
All right, I want to get this question from Southside. Do you guys think Smith can go to blank and Terry if we lose to the Cardinals, who put up 98 total points, got shut out playing with another rookie quarterback and keep his job?
Oh, you want to answer that? You want me to answer that? I'll answer.
The mere fact that people are having in their mind about, getting at this point. I mean, okay, y'all do remember when he first came in the door, right? What the situation was here in this organization, right? Y'all do remember that, right? You do remember the $100+ million worth of dead cap and the personnel that he had to work with when he got here that we really couldn't do anything about his first and second year. All right. And this year right here is a year where he's just really able to actually get his guys totally it from filling the defensive staff to to personnel, you know what I'm saying, and things of that nature. Y'all do realize that, you know, development, and getting things in place and learning your players and learning how they work and what works for them, that don't happen overnight, right? Y'all
Yeah,
do know
that
that.
never happened. That's the reason why. Look, we keep on talking about all these players, and we got players. Where again? Where have you seen a team being assembled and most of their playmakers are first year and second year, and they get it right in 1 year? Where have you seen that? That's
Mm.
I would literally wait for this. I will wait for an hour for somebody to say, all right, we put this team together in 1 year, because this is essentially what happened to this Falcons team. It's been 1 year they put this team together. This is the first year we've had the ability to put all these weapons together. The first year. And we're saying fire a guy after 1 year. It hasn't even been a complete year.
It, it,
This is what I mean by
Mhm.
you have to be patient, because even the Chiefs team, there's a big age gap between Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. Travis Kelce is like in his 10th year. Patrick Mahomes has been in the league for what, 4 years, 5 years?
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like, it's everybody making it so much more difficult than what it is. It's far more simple than what you guys understand. The thing is with this is where I'm going to get upset. I'm going to look at Arthur Blank. All right, if he fires Arthur Smith, I can't say that Dan Quinn was wrong, or Mike Smith was wrong, or even Arthur Smith was wrong. If he fucks around and fire Arthur Smith after 3 years, knowing that he was a young, inexperienced coach, I'm gonna look at Arthur Blank and say, you're the problem. Why? Because if you wanted experience, you should have never hired a young guy to begin with. That's incompetence from the owner. Dan Quinn and all these guys, because this is the second time he hired a young, inexperienced coach that had to
Third
go through a
time.
growth period.
Third time.
Third time, Mike
Jim
Smith,
Moore, Jim Moore Jr.
Jim Moore Jr. This is third time. Yeah. Jim Moore Jr. You hired a young, inexperienced coach that you ultimately wanted to groom to be your puppet. So again, if you wanted to win, you go to a veteran who's been there and done that. This is the issue that we have. So if it happens, I can't look at the coaches and I can't look at it and say, Dan Quinn, you was the problem. I can't look at Arthur Smith and say, Arthur, you was the problem. Why? Because there's a one constant. If we keep changing coaches and they keep hiring these young guys, these young coaches who got inexperience, the problem is no longer the coaching, it's no longer the player, it's the ownership.
Mm-hmm.
Because you're not doing what you need to do to build a solid foundation and to absolutely win. The goal is to win. The goal is to develop players to continue to win. Sustainable success. You can't have sustainable success firing coaches every 4 years, 3 to 4 years. We did it with Arthur. We did it with Mike Smith. We did it with Dan Quinn. We did it with. We may. I hope not. But he said he wants sustainable success. You can't keep doing this, firing coaches every 3 years. Now I can no longer trust anything that Arthur Blank says if we fire Arthur Smith. Why? Because you said it was sustainable success, and we can't get into fire coaches every 5 years.
Right. I'm gonna respond to a couple of comments real quick. Strap up 24. I'm there with you. I'm passionate too. Been passionate for 44 years. Okay, there with
Mm-hmm.
you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna spend a whole lot of time on Mr. Amy, but I'm gonna give you an
Look,
example. I'm gonna give you a quick example, and people have been in their feelings because I go to this. Okay,
I don't give a two. I don't give a fucking rat's ass what William Amy says. Why? Because I don't need all this. I don't need. Look, nobody gives a shit about what Mike thinks. Nobody gives a shit about what William Amy thinks. Nobody on that Falcon roster and that team don't give a fuck about what we think. So you saying that I'm tired and I'm tired? Who cares? Go watch basketball. It's not that damn deep.
you ain't old enough to
Nobody
be
want to
tired
hear you
anything.
what you tired of. Nobody gives a damn about what we tired of or what you tired of. Look,
Because
you got a damn journal. Write in the damn journal how many times you tired of it. But
a
people
perfect
in this,
example.
we're looking. I'm sorry, Sam, but
Yeah,
we're looking to enjoy football, to talk about every aspects of football, special teams, defense, coaching, all of that. I don't give a damn about what you tired of losing. Nobody gives a fuck. Real fans don't give a fuck about what everybody's tired of. We love to enjoy the art of
right.
football. I was watching Philadelphia and Dallas game last night. I was watching, college football. I love the art of football. I don't give a damn about what you think about. Were you tired of winning? Everybody act like just because you tired of something, we got to sit up here and hear every goddamn show, every damn post. I'm tired of winning. I don't give a shit. Nobody gives a shit.
Now, a clear cutting example. Jerry Jones bought Dallas, and he brought Jimmy Johnson with him, and they went 1-15. By your logic, Jimmy Johnson should have got fired. But that didn't happen. You know why? Because you got to have the building process.
Absolutely, it's a
You know what I'm
process.
saying? You have to have the building process. What happened after that 1-15 season? One of the greatest blockbuster trades ever in NFL history happened with Herschel getting sent to Minnesota for all those picks.
Let,
Okay.
let, let me say this right here. Even this
Yeah.
is wrong.
Right.
That's not what the definition of a fan is. The definition of a fan is the Dallas Cowboys. I hate to say this, but the Dallas Cowboys. Every
Yeah.
year they think they're gonna win, no matter what their roster look like, no matter what their record was the next year, the following year. Dallas Cowboy fans and the Buffalo Bills, they 10 toes down whether we like the personnel or not. They think they going to the Super Bowl every damn year, every fucking year.
Tampa Bay
Everybody
Bucks
want to put
fans.
a
They
real
they
fans
they
don't like
went oh
losing.
they went 0-16, you know what I'm saying, and they have been there. The Saints paperback, brown paper bag era, okay, and they
Mm-hmm.
have been loyal to them Saints.
Loyal to the
Cleveland
Saints.
Browns, the Cleveland Browns fan, they know they have been through it all over there, but them fans are in there,
Had
sold
their
out,
whole
everything,
franchise taken
everything.
away and they still 10 toes down, even through the losing. Don't give me this bullshit about, and Zay, I love you to death, but that's bullshit. It's bullshit. If you love the game, if you love the damn Falcons, you would be there supporting them, whether they losing or winning. The end. Everybody want to redefine of what fanatic means. Everybody want to redefine of what real is. Real is sticking through the thick and thin, to the ups and downs, and not sit up there every post, when somebody do something bad, you want to throw him in the trash. That ain't love.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
If you love a motherfucker, you gonna look.
And you still
You
got to
get
show
this
your
shit
ID
right,
to
all
get in
right. But
Six Flags, William
I'm
Amy.
gonna
You
be
ain't
right
old
there
enough
for
to
you.
be tired of anything. You ain't old enough to be tired of anything. You got to still show your ID to get in Six Flags. So man, just sit it down with all that chicanery, with all that fuckery. Cause I mean, it's old, bro. It's old, and I promise you. Cause see, I am one fan that that should be out here on suicide watch with all the
Sam
stuff I
been
have
through the
watched and been
very
through.
fucking
I'm talking
beginning.
about
He done
all of
seen
it.
damn near every
So
era
see, he
of
out here
Falcons
wanting
football.
everybody fire the trainer, fire the gate petitioner, but fire the water boy. And I mean that's y'all whole mindset every year. And it because you don't understand the game. You want to skip this part, skip that part. You just yeah. I want wins too, but I know what it takes to get to that part. You draft, you develop, then you win. And not the other way around. Y'all want to win without the development. Y'all want to win without getting, what I'm saying, the play. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, you just want it just cause for the sake of wanting it. This is why we are the laughing stock fan base of the NFL because of the mindsets like that right there.
We don't want to go through. We don't want to go through tough times. You just want to sit up there and win off. You don't want to have to work for a bad bitch. You don't want to have to work for a bad dude. Y'all want to get straight to the winning. Life ain't like that. Period. This is the biggest fucking problem. Everybody just I just want to win. Look, yeah. Everybody who's ever won, look at the success stories. I say this shit all the time. Bill Gates, he was poor as shit. He locked himself in his office for fucking 4 or 5 years trying to develop a system. He locked himself in there trying to develop a system. And y'all think that he just got lucky. No, he worked his ass off to get that one of the richest, if not the richest person in the world. But y'all think, just because I'm a real fan and no, people don't even realize. And people who just tune in to Mad Mike Sports and AFN, bruh, I was doing this shit when nobody was on here. I was doing live shows when I had 5 people on here. I wasn't getting no support. I was barely getting I was barely getting 20 views on my video. It was a process to get to this point. And yeah, I wish I would be, a PewDiePie or a goddamn Mr. Beast or hell, even Top Billing. But even Top Billing had to go through a period where he struggled. There's a struggle period for everybody. I don't know where things went wrong, but somewhere things went wrong with just people in general. Nobody wants to work for nothing. Nobody wants to suffer. Nobody wants to sit down and go through a period where all you eating is Roman fucking noodles. Or the only thing that you have is a Jeff George on your squad. Like nobody want to go through that shit.
I got a question. Since you halfway want to get into little X and the O's. Okay, well if that's the case, Mr. Amy, where does execution come in at? Okay, you know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the players have to execute.
I want to ask him a simple question.
I want to see the players have to execute.
I want to ask William Amy this. All right, since you tired of everything, I want to ask you a simple question. All right, this is a simple question. What's the difference between a 4-3 over and a 4-3 under? Yeah, I'm gonna wait for that. 4-3 over and a 4-3 under. Okay.
Right.
I want to answer that question. What's the difference between a 4-3 under and a 4-3 over? Because a lot of people have expectations for things and they have no fucking clue of what the basic 4-3 is. They don't even know what a 3-4 is. They don't know what a damn 3-3-5 is.
Okay, whoever that Facebook user is, you do know that the majority of that offense was already had been together close to 4 years. Okay. So what do you mean we did it in 16?
Nah, that 16 team was a compilation of hard work, and drafting, and they end up hiring the right coach. That 216 wasn't an overnight thing. This is again, everybody talking about we did it at 16, but that was a process to even get to that point. We hired one of the best offensive coordinators in the league in Kyle Shanahan. We hired one of the better defensive coordinators in the league as our head coach in Dan Quinn. We had one of the best drafts in the league that year. We had one of the best off seasons as far as bringing in veterans that year. everybody try to sit up here and just say it was just a luck thing, but no, that was even the process. We had one of the greatest draft steals in NFL history with Matt Ryan,
Mm-hmm.
Julio Jones. We took a risk trading for Julio Jones. We had Roddy White, the kid sit up here and help develop these guys. That wasn't an overnight thing. This is the whole thing you talking about. Everybody want quick fixes, but not understanding that was a process even going through that. Yeah, you see how William Amy he don't want to answer the 4-3. See, this is exactly nobody answered the question about what's the difference between a 4-3 over and under. Because y'all don't know. Everybody got all these expectations of what the football team should look like or what we should be doing, but you don't even know what a 4-3, the difference between a pistol and a shotgun, a difference between a pro set, a pro eye, or even a weak and strong eye. Y'all don't even know the difference of that, but you sitting up here trying to tell Arthur Smith that he don't know what he doing. You can't even tell the difference between the overload and the AB gap. It's stuff like this. It's stuff like this is why Arthur Smith called y'all toxic fan base. Because you don't know the simple shit, but you have so much expectations for things.
Right.
Nobody in this chat has answered. And like I said, what the difference between certain defenses are. Why you should play. What is the strength of a 3-4 defense? I want somebody to ask that. Somebody answer that question. What's the strength and the personnel you look for in the 3-4 defenses? Yeah,
The strength or the most important.
I know what you're talking about. You still ain't answered it. Yeah, you have no clue. You have no clue. You don't even know what a 3-tech is. You don't know what a 1 or a 0 is. You don't know what a wide 9 is. We sit up here and try to tell Arthur he's stupid, but y'all don't even know the basics of football.
Every fan base, you know what I'm saying, has an amount of wanting to win now. But the difference between us and the rest of these is that they're there. They're there. And what I mean by that is whoever gets on the field in that jersey, they're there for them at the top of their lungs. They're supporting. You know what I'm saying? They're not pretty much well, you know, a large part of the difference is in social media, but you know, you ain't protesting, you know, every move. You question every move. Y'all out here, you know what I'm saying, questioning these guys' manhood, talking about their kids and all this old kind of stuff. You know, and I mean, you know, I would guess if you was as smart as you thought you was, Mr. Amy, wouldn't you have an NFL job?
You see, this is even wrong. The 3-4 defense is you use your outside linebackers to be your pressure guys, and the 3 defensive line are supposed to eat up the gaps. The linebackers are in gaps. All right, the linebackers are always gap guys. 4-3 under the strong side, like LT said, those guys are pretty much the edge setters. All right, those guys essentially the edge. They take on the tackle, they take on tight ends, anything that comes out to setting edge. That's what their job is. So 3-4, you have outside linebackers. Those guys are primarily the edge setters and the pass rushers. All right, the inside guys are primarily the gap guys and cover guys. So very seldom in the 3-4, the outside linebackers are cover guys. Those guys are primarily edge setters and pass rushers. All right. So this is what I mean. You got to calm yourself down, learn the game. You wouldn't be so upset about a lot of things if we all just take the time, learn the game, and you will understand why LT, K Styles, Sam, Big Chauncey, AFN, and a lot of people on that, you know, people like I just said his name, but a lot of these content creators And the guy that I learned from right now, Vosh Lombardi, I learned I'm under
Mm-hmm.
that tree. I learned from Dan, who's under. He learned from Vosh Lombardi, so I'm kind of under that Vosh Lombardi tree.
See,
See, this is the reason.
here's why.
This is the reason why we say y'all don't know what y'all talking about. You don't even know the basics. You
Mike,
don't even know
Mike,
the
see,
basics of football, but y'all want to tell Arthur he's stupid.
Mike, here's why I missed the 70s and 80s right here. Here's why. This nutcase right here. This is why I missed the 70s, 80s, and being engulfed in this microwave society in sports. You know what I'm saying? You say stuff like this, okay? You know what I'm saying? How? Okay, do you not remember Jim Morris Sr. and Peyton Manning's first year together? Hmm? Do you? Perfect example. Perfect example. You see, y'all so in a rush. You think you could just throw a system into a microwave for 2 minutes and out pops the number one offense, you know what I'm saying, and a Hall of Fame quarterback to go with it. Then it don't work that way.
Mm-hmm. So again, a lot of the truth. See, the thing is with truth, man, it's not. Look, everybody, especially now, nobody likes to feel bad. Nobody want to feel bad. We supposed to make everybody feel good, and we supposed to not ever offend anybody because that's not right.
Hmm.
One of the most difficult learning lessons of my life is when I did some dumb shit and a white officer looked at me and said, "You are too fucking smart to be doing this dumb shit." He saved my fucking life because I was doing a lot of dumb shit. Don't want to get too deep into that, but I almost caught a few felonies because of that dumb incident. He cursed me the fuck out, made me feel like I was really low and stupid and ignorant. But I needed that moment. But I took it in. You know what the difference is? I took it in and I learned from it. I didn't get in my feelings and start crying. Oh, he called me stupid. Sometimes that's what you need. But this is exactly what we talk about. Look, y'all ain't gonna get this everywhere. Y'all look, this is why we say we not for everybody. You're not gonna get this everywhere. What we're saying is just learn the basics of the game. When you learn the basics of the game, you will understand why we and people like Terrence Mathis, people like Michael Rothstein, why these guys, D Led. Yeah, D Led is an ass, he's an idiot at times, but he understands the game. A lot of the people complaining about Arthur and the Falcons and all these other people and all this other, they don't know the game. They don't take the time out to learn the game. And then when you're called ignorant, you get in your feelings because you're not taking the time to actually learn the game. So just be real where you are. This is what we get. Be real where you are at your particular fan.
The most basic misconception, especially when it comes to me, um, when people are like, well, Ryan, because I have seen enough football to know, you know what I'm saying, there is a process. Okay. Yeah, I've seen enough football to know, a well-oiled machine on either side of the ball ain't gonna happen overnight. It ain't gonna happen in one training camp. It ain't gonna happen in one preseason. It's not. People like to say certain, the common stuff, but then they don't believe it themselves. I've heard enough people over the last week to holler about, saying that says it takes a quarterback, 3 to 5 years to get it right. It takes the offensive line 3 to 5 years to get it right, but then turn right around and be like some of these people in this chat right here.
Man, I've been in this game for 10 years. That's what people don't even realize. Andrew G was one of my first followers when I was doing radio. I've been in this game for 10 years. This is what we talking about. About this, it's a process. Nobody likes losing. But in order to win, you gotta go through it, bro. You gotta lose a Martin Luther King. You gotta lose a Malcolm X in order to get to that next level. It's just unfortunate. You gotta lose in order for things to change. You gotta lose. There's no way around it. You have to lose it. You gotta be able to lose everything to get appreciation for what the hell you got. As simple as that. We
You
lost
don't
Michael
think
Vick. That's the reason why people love Vick so much because we lost Vick.
you don't think Troy Aikman learned anything in that 1-15 year? You don't
Hmm.
think Peyton Manning learned anything going 3-13? Hmm? You don't think, what I'm saying, Roger Staubach learned anything when they went 5-11 in his
Five and
in his
11.
first season?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, come on, man. This stuff, you don't spit out, all pro and Hall of Fame position players. They have to grow into that. They have to develop into that. And then it's the same with coaches. It's the very exact same damn thing with the
Bill
coaches.
Belichick was an absolute nightmare in Cleveland. I keep saying that, bro. He sucked.
His first job
Why do
after
you think
leaving
he
Bill
went through?
Parcells and went to Cleveland, them two, 2.5 seasons, because they fired him, were absolute horrible. His first 2 seasons in New England were horrible. He didn't come out he didn't come out as the hoodie to start with.
This is a good question, and like I said, my thing is again what we're saying, and we've said it. I like look instead of when we say ignorant, don't think it's a personal shot. It's the truth. Ignorance is nothing but lack of knowledge. That's it. A lot of people just think, just because somebody says you're ignorant, you should take it personally. You should take it to heart and say, "Well, I am ignorant in this particular moment." If you don't know what's up, look, if you can't tell me the difference between a Phillips head screwdriver and a flathead screwdriver, you ignorant. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the basics of football. I can't tell you what the basics are in the trenches as a guard, as a center. But LT can do that because he played it. I played the quarterback position. I know what I was telling my wide receivers. I know what I was telling the running backs. I know what calls I was making for the offensive line. I know that. But when it comes to defense, offensive line, that's not my specialty. That's LT specialty. That's coach specialty. That's not my specialty. So I gotta get in the film room, study these. This is how I look again. Y'all saw me when I was with Lieutenant Dan. Me, Sam, LT, we was with Lieutenant Dan. Lieutenant Dan, unintentional grounding. He learned from Voss Lombardi. Voss Lombardi was a defensive offensive line coach. That's what he did. So that's how I learned the game. So, like I said, a lot of people think just because somebody says you ignorant, it should be a shot. It should be a personal shot. Just take it. Look, I am ignorant in this. Let me study and see why Mike, see why AFN, see why Audio Falcon Mind are saying these things. Why they're saying, why it makes sense, why this isn't going on.
I'm gonna
So
take
just
a
take it
shot.
all in.
I'm gonna take a shot at answering this question from this standpoint. When Arthur became majority owner, of this team, the very first mistake he made was letting Dan Reeves get out the door. All right. He's made other mistakes in this particular area of what you're asking, Corey. He's made all the mistakes to be made at an owner. Right now, what he's doing right now, how many times have you heard since that one interview during training camp? How many times have you seen Arthur Blank in front of a camera or making any statements in the media this year? None. Because he's letting the people he hired and put in place do their job and put things in place, to, what I was preaching to begin with, 3 years ago. Player development, which produces a sustainable product on the field.
How long has Josh Jobs been in the league? Anybody want to take that? It ain't been 1 or 2 years.
It ain't. He came out of Tennessee. I want what was with mm,
He
because
been
he's
in the
been
league
at
about 8 years, bro.
yeah. Uh-huh. I think it was 2014.
He been in the league about 8 years. Yeah, I think it was like 14, 15.
Because he was drafted by the Steelers.
Steelers, yep. And he was like the thing is too, like the thing is and like we were saying before, and how you right the ship, it comes down to just you have to make the necessary moves. Sometimes you just wait the process out. It's not going to turn over like on night overnight. He needs to bring in more coaches, continue to add more to the coaching staff, add more experience to the coaching staff, bring in people who specializes in certain things and not the exact same thing that you specialize in, because you're not learning anything if you continuously bringing in guys who think like you. You gotta have people that come in, and that's the thing with him and Dave Ragone. Him and Dave Ragone pretty much run the exact same system. So that's why you got a coach that really don't know how to adjust, because he got a person that thinks exactly like him. So he got to bring in more variety. You got to add things to your game. Like right now, like I said, I'm a quarterbacks guy, but I learned defense. I learned offensive line from the people I just told you that. I learned, a little bit more intricate details from guys like Ode Santiago and Terrence Mathis. You know what I'm saying? Sitting up here listening to Ed Hartwell teaching us the game. So it's it's a lot of things that I don't know.
And
But
I'll be the first to tell you, you know what I'm saying? I I learned the game from what I grew up on, you know what I'm saying? And what I seen from from a historical perspective. Um, and to be honest, just over the last 4 years, I've come to learn the intricate. I think what's the word I want to use?
intricate details, bro.
Details, details, you know what I'm saying, and learning what 3 tech is and 1 tech, this is stuff I was watching and didn't know it was that, but I've learned that, what it's labeled as over the last 3 4 years. Okay, when you get in and you do your homework and you get into the information, and get into the terminology and the language, and it puts things in perspective. A lot of you guys don't do that. Y'all just sit up there and watch YouTube highlights and say, "Okay, he missed," and don't understand. Look, I'm still learning how to do film study. Okay, you know what I'm saying, and that ain't watching YouTube, videos. It ain't. That
I'm,
ain't
I'm a,
just looking at the game. That what I'm saying. I've come to learn how to watch the game a real good bit different over the last 3 4 years because of that fact of understanding. Okay, you go in, you look at the film, and you know what you're looking for. Look down in the trenches, or you look to see what the linebacker's doing, or see how the damn safety was able to read what the tight end was getting ready to do, and vice versa on the offense side of the ball. See what the quarterback is reading, or you can look at what the defense is lined up against our quarterback and know what, okay, they getting ready to blitz or they finna drop back. You know what I'm saying? This is what we should do. It is different than being just a casual fan with a damn opinion. It's different, and this getting what I'm saying, all bent out of shape and hollering about what I'm tired of, bruh. 44 years, and I've been through bad ownership. You know what I'm saying? Horrible decisions being made from that bad ownership. You know what I'm saying? We went through in the 70s, going into the early 80s. We went through 6 coaches for no fucking reason at all. No reason at all. Okay, and you want to talk about right? If I ain't on suicide watch, okay, and I saw some horrible football at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium. Okay, Horrible. With Chris Miller as our quarterback because he was screwing the owner's daughter. Some crap that y'all accused Matt Ryan of. And Sarah and Arthur's daughter are two different people. Sat through 6 years of that crap. Okay? You don't talk to me about being tired of something when you ain't been through it. A lot of y'all keep bringing up the last 5 years. Try the last 44. And if you can come through that without having to wear a straight jacket or having to take a Valium or a Percocet every damn day, then holler at me. Y'all, it's just really ridiculous. And quite frankly, I'm tired of being associated with the laughing stock fan base because y'all just get out here on social media and you say anything and then call it being realistic. When you really don't have a clue, do some homework.
All we asking is do homework.
Do some homework. I respect that more than just coming out here and hitting sin on some ridiculous fuckery. Three Dirty, you can identify with people that are longtime fans and them not really know by name what they're watching, as so the casual fan will never go away and neither will their opinions.
It ain't even, like I said, it's not even that. It's the people that know and have been watching us for so long. That's the most frustrating. Y'all already know. You know what we gonna say, William Amy. You know exactly what we gonna say. Do your homework. Not everybody gonna have the same opinions or even have the same, amount of restraint. But if you know us and you met us and we keep telling you the same stuff over and over again, just do your homework. You keep asking us the same question, saying the exact same thing every show,
That
knowing
part,
exactly where we
LT.
go.
That part, LT. That part right there. But you got a lot of folks out here all about they don't watch college football. Or I don't know nothing about this guy. When you have 4 years of information at Tennessee, speaking of Josh Dobbs, yeah, that part right there. If you a real true, Georgia Bulldog fan, you know about Josh Dobbs. You get out, don't hit sin. It don't. Well, we're going on an hour and a half.
No, we not throwing no shots at nobody. We never said anything about Smitty. I don't know where
Right,
I don't know where that come from. That's not
right.
what we
That's why I
said.
didn't even bother. I didn't even dignify that with
Don't
a
even play us
response.
like that. We focus on what we can do for you guys. Ain't about no damn beef. We don't do all that. We focus on what we talking about. We talking about sports. We talking about this. Absolutely not. So with that being said, I will
Yeah,
you want to end it, Sam?
yeah, we're gonna, close it down. Y'all know about Senator Palpatine. You know what he do on a daily basis from week to week. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? I'm the second round draft pick from Mad Mike Network, aka OGN TV.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I do. My program is Mad Monday with the OG on Mondays. You're gonna catch me again on Wednesday with that Wicked Wednesday, sports tea. You're gonna see me again on Friday, High Noon Madness. And in between all of that, Tuesday evening, yeah, the wild card, the realistic OGs with me and Truth. This is what I do. This is how I get down. This is what I was sent here to do. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's gonna stay this way. It's gonna get better and better. You check us out, you tune in. You know what I'm saying? Do your homework where you can sit in and understand what the things that are being said to you. Like I said, hit like, hit friend, hit follow, share, subscribe. Show me some love and I'll show it right back. This has been Mad Money with the OG and Senator Palpatine, y'all. Y'all have a blessed one.